Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm Paradoxic, and welcome back to Doctor Who. This time we're on Season 12, Episode 4, titled Nikola Tesla's Night of Terror. So, yet another historical figure episode we're getting this season with Nikola Tesla. And I have heard of him. I've definitely heard of him. He's definitely big, I think, in the world, in the world and history of kind of, technological science. I hear his story every now and then after every now and then it just kind of slips my mind. But my basic understanding of it is that there was some beef between him and Thomas Edison concerning the light bulb and maybe a couple of other inventions. I think Tesla maybe had the idea for the light bulb and then Edison stole it or something along those lines. But I think that there was the light bulb was involved as well as the electric motor, I believe, like the very first one. But again, my knowledge on it is pretty kind of rusty and kind of vague. But yeah, Nikola Tesla, he was I think like an inventor / engineer of sorts, and again, beef with Edison that spans across years, possibly. But yeah, so this one, I don't know if this episode is going to focus on that. I'm pretty sure the Doctor herself might reference it, but I think, besides from that, I think this is called Nikola Tesla's Night of Terror, not Tesla and Edison's Night of Terror. So whatever is going to happen in this one is going to have to do with Tesla himself. But yeah, I don't know what else to really expect. I think the last episode we had was Orphan 55, and that one kind of showed us the future of Earth. It was Earth turned into an orphan planet. The kind of outside condition of the planet kind of rendered it kind of unhospitable, or it just rendered it kind of uninhabitable for any regular humans, and the humans that did survive the fallout of the nuclear winter, as the Doctor put it, turned into dregs. They mutated and they changed and they adapted to all sorts of different things, but the message was all the same, and a lot of people were pissed off because of the message. They thought it was Doctor Who being too PC. But I think, me personally, I enjoyed it. I thought it had a good message at the end of it. Might have been a little bit too preachy, but in times like these, subtlety isn't really, working anymore. People see subtlety, and because subtlety is subtle, they ignore it, and they're like, oh, it was too subtle to get into my head. So then, people, writers need to start actually, drilling the message in properly, and then people start complaining. So yeah, but that was a pretty good episode to watch. So this one, I think we're kind of, I think this one, I think it's been a couple of episodes now since we've actually had any look at the Master all the time with child or anything. So I think these next couple of episodes are gonna just give us a bit of a break, and it's gonna give us a look at the Doctor and the companions just traveling again. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what we've got in store. But that is it from Orphan 55, so episode 4, Nikola Tesla's Night of Terror. Let's go.
I plan to harness these forces of nature on a scale.
Oh no, he came out with Tesla coils or something, didn't he? The light bulb.
A world wireless system. Small price to pay to transmit energy through the ether, but no.
A small price to pay for salvation.
Poppycock. I work alone.
Is this kind of post bad history with Edison?
Of course, there is no flaw with my machinery. Parts are missing. We have a thief at work.
Parts missing is still a flaw. Means the thing's not complete. Oh, come on, Ryan, you can do this. Come on. She's got you. There we go.
It's quiet.
He's moved. He's on the other side. No, he's on top. Oh, he's directly on top of the carriage. Whoa, okay. What kind of gun is that? Is that what the Silurians used? Is that what he is? Is he Silurian? Okay. Okay, yeah. Off you go, cloaked figure. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
So where's this lab then?
In New York City. Okay. Been a long time since we returned to here. What happened last time? Oh yeah, we lost the ponds. Last time we were in New York, we lost the ponds. Who are we gonna lose this time?
And what did he invent?
What do you call it? Tell him, Doc.
Nikola Tesla.
I believe this is something I like to call remote control.
Remote control? You came up with that?
I believe this is operating on a similar principle.
Yeah, okay.
Its purpose. It can be difficult, you know, to feel no one else sees the world the way you do. It's like you're,
Out of place.
Is Nikola Tesla an alien? Is that what they're going for here?
You know, when I first...
One of Edison's men. As in
Edison.
light bulb guy.
All right,
Yeah.
you all know Edison. He's Tesla you've never heard of. He's standing right there. Yeah, sorry, son. Edison.
You don't recognize this?
Let's take this inside.
Yeah, let's go private with this conversation.
Oh, this is some setup he's got.
And he's got a team of people working on his inventions.
Be America's most famous inventor?
That's what I propose with Warden Cliff. All of human knowledge shared freely.
Now that sounds like the future.
So, like,
Yeah.
a computer? Or a phone?
Whatever you've come for, nobody else needs to get hurt.
I think he disagrees. Yeah, he's already hurt everyone in the lab. Every last person.
Oh, he's dead.
So that's Harold Green.
Real Harold Green.
The real one.
Whatever's chasing us is projecting his image and using it to keep his true self hidden.
So it's a shapeshifter of sorts.
Radar?
Using energy waves to work out what's around you.
Like sonar, kind of.
It's just a theory.
Uh-huh.
I'm working on a similar theory myself.
So he comes up with that too. That's amazing.
Who are you? Show your true form.
Is it a Silurian? Is it a Silurian? What the hell? Tesla. The Tesla. They want Tesla. The man behind the tech. Whoa! Alien scorpions! Is that what this is? Alien scorpions? Don't touch anything.
Oi, you're in here strictly on the QT, right? So get those dollar signs out of your eyes, because this ain't for sale. Copyright
Yeah.
her.
There's a British accent.
Copyright the doctor.
Yes.
Now there's a...
You can see your city,
Whoa!
but your city cannot see.
It's like a fucking moon door.
Our ship, our weapons, everything.
They're hiding their real faces behind projectors.
So an advanced alien race needs a human to work on their
There's no
shit.
trail.
Really?
If we're looking for a threat of...
Stolen faces, and now all your stolen gear is breaking down. And what do? Steal someone else to fix it.
Surprised I didn't go after
All this
Edison.
killing and looting, did it never occur to you to try thinking or building something instead?
So that's why they need their mind, because they don't have one of their own.
He signaled back.
You talked back to the aliens?
I didn't know it worked.
Seriously?
Jesus.
It's a camera. Bingo.
With a flash! Yeah, that's very nice.
Doctor, what is this?
It's a police box. That's bigger on the inside. Just get in. You can fanboy out later. There we go, yeah. Does Edison have an idea for a TARDIS, like a room bigger on the inside?
I couldn't figure it out either. The internal dimensions transcends the external.
Spot on.
He gets it. He gets it. Yeah. It's a nice middle finger to Edison. A lovely middle finger to Edison.
Like creatures who would destroy the whole planet just to get their hands on me?
Recognition at last.
Never thought you'd be that special.
Now no one will ever know.
Oh, so is it meant to be like a satellite of sorts? Like that tower thing, that's the idea I'm getting. Like a satellite.
That's Wi-Fi. Did Tesla have the idea for Wi-Fi?
Oh, you're shitting me. That's Wi-Fi.
Send a single bolt of lightning high up into the
She...
Well, if we
Wow,
jump far
thank you to Nikola Tesla.
Could strike. Anyone can have ideas. I make them happen. All those men.
If anyone can have ideas, why the fuck haven't you had them?
I turn them from a sketch.
Oi, AC/DC. You might be the greatest minds of the age, but is there any chance you can stop squabbling while we're trying to save the planet?
We need to move quickly. We have to prepare the tower.
We're as good as fried if we stay outside. He's firing it up right now.
Oh, okay, he's actually helping then. Okay, in his own twisted way, he's actually helping. Great. At least he does something, right? All too busy running into each other. And into stalls. The gun works. The gun, like a man-made gun can kill aliens.
Ready?
He has to be. Oh, can he actually help pilot the TARDIS? Oh no, just using the TARDIS to power it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Using the TARDIS to power the tower.
Stay out of our lab.
Oh shit. Where's the Queen? Oh, she's at the lab. The Queen's at the lab.
Nothing, I just wanted you to take it.
Oh, okay, teleporting her backwards here, so they can do it. They can do it. They can do it. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Intellect. That's a crafty move. That is a crafty move. Yeah, teleporting them all back on. You did it, Tesla. You did it. Imagine what Tesla could do with the TARDIS, or like with that level of tech. Jeez.
The present is theirs.
I work for the future.
And the future is mine.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That's amazing. That is amazing.
Shall we?
Okay, so that is the end of that episode. Wow. Just wow. I think this episode they really went above and beyond with having like a historical figure incorporated into the story. But wow, okay, so yeah, Nikola Tesla. So I mean, honestly speaking, I can't guarantee that this kind of, at least the in-depth details of the story will not slip my mind again at some point. But I now know, like, I now have a much firmer grasp on even the basic kind of history of who Tesla is and what the beef between him and Edison was and stuff like that. But yeah, so Nikola Tesla. So he pretty much was a kind of like a pioneer of human technology back in the early 1900s, and yeah, I think he basically came up with the very, very basic kind of like concepts and designs for a lot of the technology we see now. I think she said, before X-rays come along, he has shadow graphs or something, and he comes up with something that allows for the design of drones and radar as well. Like, he comes up with all these different designs, stuff that he's mocked for because no one thinks it's possible. Like, people, I mean, I think it's very easy to say that, like, in that era, because people are so limited by their tech, it's incredibly hard for anyone, or even the common daygoer, to imagine that they could be any more advanced than they already are, or that they could actually have technology beyond what they already have. Like, to them, it just all seems like a fantasy that will never come true because they don't have the resources for it, or they don't have the right people to think for it. And then when someone does come along that actually does think up all these things, they just think, oh, if it was possible, then someone would have done it by now. But they don't really give that person, they don't really give Tesla the benefit of the doubt, thinking it's actually possible. They just think, oh, they're wasting money on stuff that will never come to fruition because their world can't handle it, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I think that there were controversies though, because again, as I think that was the problem behind Tesla's ideas, that his designs were very, very far fetched, but and they were very much possible, but you'd have to actually wait some time for the resources to make those ideas possible actually become available. And I think that was one of the controversies surrounding his ideas, that his machines were unsafe and stuff, like people suffering electric shocks and dying. We saw that at the beginning of the episode. So like another worker had died after suffering an electric shock, and he said, it's impossible because the machines were completely safe. But I think, I mean, in that moment, I thought, okay, maybe the machines are safe, but are your lab technicians or whatever actually trained in how to use them? Like, do the people using them or working on them in whatever way, like, do they know what kind of power it holds, and do they know how to handle all the different gear and stuff? So but I think looking back, I think it is partly because of that, because I think with Tesla, I think he was just so focused on making all of his dreams a reality that he didn't actually stop and think about the actual restrictions of reality. Like, you build all of these generators, all these machines, but then like a normal human being might not be able to, be around or handle that much power to work as a technician of any kind. But yeah, he definitely was. He was a dreamer. He was a dreamer that worked to make his dreams into reality, and he's responsible for a lot of like the stuff that we have in modern tech, including Wi-Fi. He built like the Wardenclyffe Tower thing, the World Wireless System. I mean, the way he explained it at first, like, information that's freely available, so like, having like a map or like spreading information or all of that stuff, like information is freely available. Like the first thing I thought of was like, oh, so what? It's like a computer or like maybe it's like a design for a phone, but no, it's like a network system that actually allows for the distribution of it, not just the harnessing of it, but the actual spreading of the information. So and he said he wanted to build up more and more of those towers to actually make it cover more ground and be more powerful. So it's basically just Wi-Fi. And Tesla came up with the design for that. So that was super cool. And he wasn't American born either. He was an American citizen. He didn't move to America. He was legally an American citizen, I believe. Because they didn't mention that, and like he did mention it. He did say he's an American citizen, but he wasn't actually from America. I don't know where he is from. I think I'm getting Italian. I think from his accent. I think I'm getting Italian vibes. Like I could be way off. I could very well be way off. But even like I think his mustache and his hair. I think I just kind of get Italian vibes from that. So yeah, like Nikola sounds like an Italian name. So maybe Italian. I think. If not, let me just look it up instead of just guessing wrong each time. Nikola Tesla, not Costa Wild, Oh, Serbian. Okay, Serbian American. So Croatian. Okay. He was a Croatian inventor. Yeah, inventor, electrical engineer, and a futurist. Yeah, futurist is a thing. Yeah. Okay, so he's Croatian then. Cool. Serbian American. Yeah. So yeah, definitely far off from Italian. But yeah, so we had Tesla in this, and then of course we had the other end of the the Tesla Edison beef spectrum, which was Edison. So yeah, I remember hearing it a lot. I think it was even in a Simpsons episode when I was younger, like the whole thing that Edison invented the light bulb and stuff. But no, he was a thief. He stole a bunch of different ideas. I think he stole a bunch of different ideas and he claimed them as his own. And he was definitely kind of like he was definitely like a money over mind. He believed in not just taking these ideas, but also just attracting as many investors as possible and actually building something off of it. To the point where he not only didn't come up with any ideas of his own, but in order to execute the ideas that he stole, he hired other people, like a lab full of people, to actually execute those ideas for him, and then he take all the credit. So yeah, but I think. Yeah, again, we're watching different kind of shows and stuff, and just different kind of mediums of pop culture. I've heard that reference, like, Edison didn't actually invent the light bulb, someone else invented it, and then he claimed the idea for himself. So I've heard it here and there, but now I actually get like a proper grasp at what this actually all is. So again, Doctor Who, great for history lessons. But yeah, this I think this was just a genuinely enjoyable episode, and it shows that besides from being someone who was a great inventor and had his ideas stolen, which kind of left him with a sad ending. Like he died with nothing. The doctor said he died with no money to his name, no recognition, no fame. He had all of these ideas, but in the end, it just nothing ever came enough to fruition, and nobody ever believed him enough to think that his ideas could actually be worth anything, or that they could actually go on to be anything. So yeah, pretty much. But what was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? I think I moved on to that train of thought, and I lost my original train of thought. But I am wondering what some of the stuff. I think the Niagara generator in the beginning. I think he said he saw the Niagara Falls. He saw Niagara Falls, and it helped him come up with even more ideas for kind of for forward thinking technology. So the Niagara generator. I'm thinking, what was that? Was that like hydropower? Because I'm pretty sure that is a thing in today's day and age. Actually, water powered technology and stuff. So I think maybe he came up with a design for that too. I think I don't know why else he'd have a lab for that, situated right next door to Niagara Falls. So maybe, I don't know, but that was right at the beginning of the episode. But yeah, so Edison, I think, and he, I think he said he offered Tesla a job too, and I think Tesla, I think he took it, but then even when he got a bigger deal, he just kept on doing his own thing and using the resources he was given by Edison to actually keep funneling for his own projects and to bring his own ideas to fruition, instead of wanting to just keep funneling money and ideas towards Edison as well. So yeah, I think I mean, given the end of given the way they ended off the episode between Edison and Tesla, I'm guessing maybe at some point they must have come to some sort of an impasse and just started to leave each other alone, maybe. Or maybe I think maybe his ideas kept getting stolen. I don't know how they ended. I mean, from the episode itself, it seems like they ended off on like a fairly neutral path. But I think the Doctor did say that he's like Tesla still died with nothing. So I think from that his ideas just never really went anywhere because he didn't have the resources to actually think it. So his mind was literally, he was a futurist. His mind was literally thinking years and years ahead of its time and years ahead of like what humanity had at its disposal. So yeah, but now in today's world we have a lot of technology and designs thanks to Nikola Tesla. So yeah, that is pretty damn cool. I think that the Wi-Fi one, I wasn't expecting that. I was not expecting to have to thank Nikola Tesla for Wi-Fi, but it just shows how forward thinking he actually was with his design. So yeah, and one idea I did have was thinking about like Tesla with the TARDIS, like Tesla with the TARDIS. I mean, I guess it does make sense like why she wouldn't show the TARDIS, because for one thing, it would just it would change the timeline. If Tesla was actually allowed to study the TARDIS, it would change the timeline because he'd have a much more advanced he already has an advanced kind of like mindset when it comes to technology, but if he sees the TARDIS, then it's going to be too advanced for him. And I think if Nikola Tesla actually gained even a basic understanding of how the TARDIS works and then applied that science to his own designs, then all those memes and all those kind of pictures we see of what like a futuristic Earth could look like with those buildings and those flying cars, like that would happen that would have happened by the early 2000s or something. So I don't know, but yeah, this was a great episode to watch. But I mean, yeah, Tesla with the TARDIS, that I think that would bring us some pretty advanced tech. Maybe even to giving us cars that act like TARDISes. Maybe just cars that maybe little pods that teleport you. Because he did experience. I think he did experience that. He was. I think he did experience teleportation, like through the Skithra ship. I believe it was the Skithra, their ship. So he did experience that much. So you could probably just kind of make a design. I mean, well, yeah, he's experienced that, so he could probably make a design for like a car or like a little pod that transports you from one place to another, and then have that built up in different places. Again, doesn't happen. I mean, she even said this doesn't change anything for Tesla. He still comes up with his own ideas, but his ending is still the same. His journey is still the same. Humanity's path is still the same. But yeah, if only the resources were more available and more extensive, and people weren't so narrow-minded when it came to tech, and we might be years ahead of where we are right now. But yeah, we have a lot of stuff today, and then it's thanks to Nikola Tesla. So that light bulb, the color-changing light bulb, thanks to Tesla. But yeah, that was all very, very cool. What else? So we had the Skithra as well, which was an alien race that's. I think the modest way of saying it would be that they scavenge other races' technology, but truth is they actually just invade and they steal. They have no tech of their own. Their ship is stolen. Their tech is stolen. They have nothing of their own. They go around stealing from races, and when their ship was damaged and stuff, and they needed fixing up, they probably didn't have any engineers on board or anyone capable of understanding how the ship actually worked. So they needed a smart mind from another race, and they were watching Nikola Tesla on Earth. And it's ironic, given that the aliens the aliens are interpreted as like the highly advanced race with advanced tech, and now they actually need a forward-thinking human to help do their dirty work for them. So Yeah, but the gun, I thought I recognized that gun. That gun looked eerily like those like Silurian like laser guns. I thought I recognized it. So yeah, I think that little energy ball. I don't know if that was Silurian as well. I think it might. I think no. I think it might have been something they stole from another planet. Maybe not Silurian, but that was something that they stole from somewhere else, and then they used that to bug humanity and keep track of like what kind of progress they made with their tech and who was making the progress. But yeah, so the skip through. I mean, pretty much just an alien race based off of the identity of Thomas Edison, just constantly stealing other people's stuff, claiming it as their own, and then needing someone else to help them fix their own shit. So yeah, just an alien race based off of Edison's identity and his whole thing. So, but I mean, in the end, I mean, was Edison ever exposed? I mean, nowadays you go to people, you tell, and then you know. They'll know that, you know, Edison never came up with anything of his own. He always stole other people's ideas. So now people know. But I mean, that would mean that eventually he was exposed. But like, you know, like I wonder how soon into it. I mean, I wonder how his story ended. Like how far Edison got with his own kind of like self-claimed like fame and his own ideas before someone exposed him, and then, you know, he was seen as a thief and a liar and all that stuff, and how much he lost because of that. But I guess that is a story for another day. But yeah, that was a great episode. I think it was just generally just a really, really fun episode to watch. I think it's one of the few. I think it's one of the few historical figure episodes that, you know, Doctor Who's actually done right, and they've done it in a way that's enjoyable. And extensive as well, like teaching like people about, you know, like especially teaching kids about who Tesla was, the kind of importance of actually thinking forward and like not being afraid to test the limitations of your imagination and, you know, whatever you think of. And especially in today's day and age, we have stuff like VR, we have drones, we have all sorts of stuff that wouldn't have been thought of as possible like 100 years ago. So, you know, we have a literal gold mine in our hands, and like a sandbox to play in. So I think if anything, this job did like a great job of teaching kids, especially the most imaginative of age groups, that, you know, whatever they think of, you know, one day they can build it, they can do it, and like not to be afraid of actually, you know, stepping into the limelight and actually, you know, throwing out your ideas, and, you know, like not listening to the naysayers and all that stuff. So I think, you know, like Tesla as well, like you see like people were protesting outside of his lab, and, you know, all of his life people mocked him and called him like kind of like a fraud, because he said he was receiving messages and stuff from Mars, and he was responding back to them. But also just because of how he was thinking, like ahead of them. Like I guess it would be too easy to say that they were threatened by his intelligence, but for the most part, they just thought he was insane. They thought he was crazy for thinking any of this could be possible. So I think that definitely sends a good message that, you know, whatever you think of, you know, 100 years ago, like the stuff that we have now, like mobile phones and computers and everything, would have been thought of as impossible, or that they wouldn't really excel past a certain level. But now we have laptops and iPads and shit, so anything's possible. Anything is possible, and I think that's one of the main messages that this episode sends really, really, really well. But yeah, I think we had we had Ada Lovelace as well, which was like who was a pioneer when it came to the evolution of computers, and, you know, Noor Inayat Khan, like a spy, like actually getting messages across, and like encryption as well, like, you know, spies, you know, still will work with encryption and encrypted messages. So as we go along, it's just like, you know, like looking at all the people throughout time who have actually helped advance technology this much further in terms of communication and information availability and power and stuff like that. I think this reminded me of Graham calling Tesla and Edison AC and DC. That was hilarious. But yeah, I think it was I think the introduction of the Doctor and the gang was actually pretty nicely done as well. Like they were there already, but they were just tracking all of the stuff. Like it wasn't just like a case of like, oh, they accidentally teleport into Tesla's lab. No, like they were actually still like reading the energy signature and following it and stuff. And they were already dressed up. The gang was already dressed up in their period pieces. And Yaz looked great. But yeah, I think that was a really dumb thing. really well done thing. I can't even talk anymore. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for this episode. Tesla, a genius, a mastermind with all of his designs, and unfortunately didn't really live the life he deserved, or the kind of best fit life for his work, but he still did a lot of things that helped humanity advance itself in a lot of ways. So we have him to thank for a lot of stuff, and a lot of other people that, you know, worked individually but still together to bring together, you know, like a new age for technology and for a new age for mankind and all that stuff. So yeah, it's growing great. So I'm looking forward to seeing what other historical episode, like historical figure episodes they can pull off. I think this one was definitely like a lot more historical figure heavy, like with the Ada Lovelace one and the Northern Icon one. Like that one, like they were introduced, briefly explained who they are, but they were still tied into the whole kind of Kassavan and Master story, so there was like a somewhat less to enjoy there, but it was still great having them on. But with this one, this is actually to do with the importance of Nikola Tesla throughout history and why people want him so much, and why Skithra wanted him so much as well. So it was really great to see that. Looking forward to seeing what more they have in store. But yeah, that is pretty much all I can rack my brain for. And I think it's great to see that how, like, I mean, we see it all the time. We see it all the time with the Doctor. But like, whenever she meets these historical figures, she has a total fangirl moment. She, like, you know, is like, oh, you're so and so responsible for, like, you've done this and this, and, you know, advanced this field of science and tech or whatever so much, and, you know, that's why humanity's here. Like we see her fangirling all over the place whenever she meets great historical figures of any kind, not just with tech. We saw with Agatha Christie, with Charles Dickens, so that was really cool. But yeah, with this one, I think especially because the Doctor is, you know, great. Like coming from the Time Lords, she coming from Gallifrey, she is just great with technology. They grow TARDISes. They have mastered the art of time travel and all that sort of stuff. So, you know, it's understandable that, you know, they are highly advanced with tech. But with the Doctor as well, like knowing, you know, what tech can do and like knowing her way around tech. It's good to see her actually meeting another kind of pioneer of human technology, and like her being fond of humans. It all makes sense. It all blends together well. But I think it's just a great episode. Just a really enjoyable episode that they did really well. Definitely a step up from the last episode. So yeah, that is pretty much all I have from this one. So that was Doctor Who season 12, episode 4, titled Nikola Tesla's Night of Terror. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, then salt and burn that like button. Comment on what you thought of the episode and what you think is coming up next in the series. And yeah, that's it. So, I will see you guys next time.